Please explore the base camp then? Alois. Terceros. I see you're filling the office academy in the grounds of Garrick Monster, yes? The 3 young people you assisted earlier are the heads that carry its 3 houses. You'll find other students, teachers, and even members of the Terceros here at this camp. Across the middle of an annual... Across in May of an annual activity carried out at the beginning of the academy school year. It became quite the mess from the bad brain attacked us. I should chat at length, but it seems the 3 classmates will speak with you. I gotta keep you all myself. This is a great opportunity for you to volunteer with your rescuer. Volunteer what? Your rescue saved, yes? Okay, just say the same thing. That's a generic Niceros.
It's you.
The first guy outwitted his house times, but I don't understand how this happened. One's got 3 high-ranking noble children here, so the guard was more of than double that of the usual year. They're nearly killed by some pack of various brigands. It's real mess, make no mistake. I found a way to explain it all to Leia. Ugh.
Hey,
Mercery, you're at Mercery. It's great to meet you. I'm Annette, and this is my professor, Mercedes.
hello there.
Let's be your acquaintance. Have you already spoken with the others?
Let's see.
So that means none of us know much about each of the others.
Thing is,
We're gonna start the Office Academy, so my grasping the other lines is taste the best.
My thanks.
Your assistant is highest, and I have my gratitude. I will see that the debts are paid.
right
In that case, you get pack with my sparring. Let's see what you're made of. As you wish.
See.
Tomas, I treat you with a meal, but we had lack of time. Huh. I gotta say, I never thought the person who helped Dimitri to be so stunning. Let's invite you for meal time. Just as thanks for all you've done, of course.
Don't be ridiculous.
You're speaking to his highness is better. Stop trying to pick her up like a common floozy.
Can we speak a moment?
I'll believe I got your name. Keep in mind, in case you need a heavy hitter. Notice that, and while it's unfortunate we are parting ways here, I think we have a chance to meet again in the future.
Not good.
I'm sure you don't have the time to get to know each other a little better, though.
Nuh-uh.
Straight aside, Ingrid, I must let my heart speak for me here. Oh, please.
What did you need?
You have to talk me into going on this trip. It'd be fun, it said. Nothing ever happens. Then bam, disaster and baby danger everywhere. Let's be die out there. I'll spend spirit anything I got within the range. Then some girl from the Arts Academy show up and let me to safety. I tell you, Casey's days are graceful and stunning. Not like the usual punks from my days. Is that generic? Yeah. Hanneman's here. Felix.
Huh. It's
You got any work, right, Shez? Before I said did some skill, you have to give me a demonstration before you head out. I can clear some time before sunrise. Looking forward to it. So... Did I get everyone?
Hey.
Look how quickly those thugs set upon us. The class heads ran out, people were shouting orders. Oh, but it was a right mess. Anyway, I remember. Hey, you're one of fighting brigands, aren't you? Someone help me! Leonie!
Greetings.
I also know what happened. Thank you for assisting the class heads. If it happened to students, we all would have been paid in a hurricane worse.
By the way,
Reminds me of the previous term when a student who returned from home from the academy went missing and... I'm rambling. Who returned home from the academy went missing. Is that talking about Maka?
it is you.
You must have famed mercy of the woods spent in the abandoned Ada Claude. That's what representative of the Lesser Alliance. I must offer my thanks.
Huh?
I thought it was House Ray who represented the Alliance. I'll service Prats. The reality of this little thing is quite different. The one who bears the future of Lesser Alliance shoulders is another myself. So I am Lorenz Helwyn Gloucester, ha ha ha. I need that Merc help out Claude theirs.
So,
I'm actually gunning to become Merc myself. I thought I enrolled the Office Academy.
right
Okay, so we end up working together.
Thanks.
Thanks, I'll get all I got.
I'll do it.
I'll work myself the bonus so I can do just as strong as the captain someday.
Well met.
With the 3 houses of Office Academy, I'm gonna ask you to seem a little bit dense, or no offense. You got the Black Eagle's house, which is the home of the folks of the Address Empire. Blue Lion's house, made up of individuals of the Holy Kingdom of Fargus.
What are your
And finally, there's the Golden Deer house, which is people in the Lesser Alliance.
Can I help you? Hello.
Yeah, Mercy everyone's talking about. Shed, was it? You're not telling the curry fair children of nobility and pursue of some nefarious aim, are you?
Nuh-uh.
Just saw some folks trying to help him out. They even know they were nobles until afterwards. I see. And do you think our mercy friend is someone worthy to trust, Marianne?
Busy.
Anyway, we need to get going. We're busy. Hilda? Your face. Are you stealing from one of the other houses? I see Mercy we've been hearing so much about. What's your name again?
Right on.
How's you guys with?
No problem.
Claude's house, Golden Deer. We're regular common folk. The Lester, we have more students from the common class of the other houses. Why did you come yourself with what being a mercy and all?
Oh, hey.
Are you Mercy help Claude out of that little jam? You're super strong, so I was kind of picturing you as one of those huge bywars or something. Sorry to disappoint you, but I'm just your average girl.
Aw.
Too average, you ask me. Talk about letdown. Oh, come on, I'm just joking. You're pretty easy to talk to, so I can help myself.
Thanks.
Thanks for helping get Claude out. Okay. Oh, there's Ash.
Hey there.
This is that Mercy I've been hearing about. I'm Ash. I'm still at Garrick's Mock's Office Academy. Do you know the Academy? There are 3 houses, each based on where a person's from. I've heard about right. One minute, employers is a little ways back couldn't help shut about how you got in the place. I can see that. Lots of influential nobles and rurals and all of us say at the Academy. I find it pretty daunting to be always your something rich and powerful. It's not easy to talk to someone like you. I mean, you're technically adopted into a noble house.
A moment of your time. Quiet.
I'm Hammond, professor at the Office Academy. I heard a tale of your recent exploits and wish to express thanks. Other matter, do you possess a crest? Crests are a mad noble thing, right?
All in all,
Crests are power that dwells in the blood. They are passed down through the generations of parent and child. Though the crest may excel at magic, or perhaps has the ability to wield powerful weapons known as hero's relics. I heard about what you did. I thought perhaps you're a professional one, but see your brash. I think imagine you never looked in the mirror. If you're coming to my residence at the monastery, I could take some time to conduct a full investigation on it if you like. I feel like people today that never want to look at Band again. Who do we have here? No, don't say, let me guess.
Got it.
You're a brave vagabond knight who appeared to boldly protect me from those brigands earlier. Not exactly, they've said I'm a mercenary. In that case, I am Manuela, woman of many faces, teacher, doctor, songstress. I have worked myself to bone today. Right now, I am really a sad and lonesome woman. Jeez, Manuela.
what did you need?
Oh, I talked to this guy. I can't talk to him.
Hello.
What's the Mercy Aid told us all about? I'm Dorothea. You've heard about the Alchemy, right? Pretty much all this year's students from Black Hills House are here at the moment. So Burdett, which is typical. She stayed behind because she was terrified of the idea that we might be attacked in the woods. Because she ended up being right. Dimitri Ramble, has anyone ever told you you're spicy you to talk to? You know Mercy what happened across.
My thanks.
I harbor some reservation about you. The fact remains you as a Leia guard, and for that, I offer my gratitude.
Huh?
I wouldn't mind some details in that whole reservations part.
Right.
That's mine alone. You never consider yourself to the matter. Oh, are the blue ones I've not talked to yet?
How may I help you?
They're carping the heads of the 3 houses. Some of the class heads start decoys to draw out most leads before finding an opportunity to flee. They manage to hold fast their only light injuries. Okay.
Oh.
Now, wake up. I get you're tired, but we're leaving the car down, remember? The bad attack stole my chance for sleep, so I must... you might be.
Hey.
Name's Shez. Mercy is passing through the area. I caught fighting with the Banter, which is fine up here.
What?
The one who took out their boss? You're amazing. I'm just getting chased and knocked me around by myself, but oh well. Yeah, so they turned blue when you talked to him.
Look who has arrived.
Mercy cut down the leader of the thieves. I must say, there's quite capable of play on back there. I am Fern Von Auger, legit sign of the Auger family, the foremost house of the Empire. Thank you for a review. You're one of the Emperor's big moves, right?
What?
You think you've heard of us? I never. Now, see here, my son's friend. We are House Auger, proud heel of the Empire. I work hard to be accountable for the pride of the family to the count of the other. Oh, man.
Listen.
Uncle Petra, I find you to be quite fascinating.
Right on.
I'm taking Mercy, though I guess right now I'm kind of a drifter.
That has
Never
nothing
understanding.
to do.
Where are you drifting to?
Yeah.
To the
I
world?
know.
Yeah, just sort of kicking around no real end goal.
Thank you.
There's resistance to previous battle. Things about your future for a moment. Find yourself with no place to go after you accomplish an objective. Well, you might hire you on with the Empire.
Do you
I
think?
promise you a handsome paid, including the work you did today. So what say you? Ask. I'm usually not hired to serve by people so high up the food chain. Why such attention? Very tired now that I had to really see it firsthand.
On another matter.
He's one of the others at the camp. Like, I can tell you a little bit about the students of my house, Black Eagles.
Well, you're certainly not timid. You do realize you're addressing the heir to the Imperial throne, yes?
Axe,
Still, I
bow,
suppose I admire that sort of
gauntlet.
It must be nice not to have your lot in life decided for you.
Preferred class armored lord.
Hubert of House Vestra is my attendant. His family is unusual in that they're noble but lack territory of their own.
Interesting.
Hubert is deeply loyal to me, and you can trust him completely. In fact, I imagine he's quite grateful for what you've already done.
What? Can I? Gain a low chance to impale attack enigmatic spike.
That's Dorothea Arnault. She's an up-and-coming songstress in a famous Imperial opera company. Or she was, at least. For some reason, she abandoned her musical career and enrolled in the Officers' Academy. She has a very magnetic personality, which I'm sure you'll see. Have you spoken with Ferdinand? One conversation will explain him far better than I can. He's the heir to an influential house, which drives him to excel. But he can be quite the handful sometimes. One of our classmates usually stays holed up in the dormitory instead of coming on these assignments. Her name is Bernadetta. If you bump into her, don't be surprised if she screams and runs away. That's sort of her thing.
Oh, I get it. These lower level classes, you can equip with 3 different weapons.
Caspar is the second-born son of a great and noble house. But as he's not the heir, you might say he joined the academy to make his own way. War and fighting are his sole pursuits. So I bet the two of you will get along just fine. Petra isn't from the Empire. She's the granddaughter of the King of Brigid, which is an archipelago situated off our western coast. You'll find her a quick study, a gifted fighter, and endlessly curious. But always come prepared to talk, because she'll definitely want to pick your brain. Surely you know someone like Linhardt. He's as bright as they come, yet just as lazy as well. That's simply how he is, though. I can't force him to apply himself, but he'll come around.
Most likely. Okay. Claude.
Hey there. Thanks.
As long as I get paid, I don't care who's handling the coin.
Speaking of, how's that? Who, me? I'm more curious about you, personally. If you don't have anything better to do, I'd be glad to have you join us at Garrett Mock.
Wyvern Master.
Have you met him yet? At first, I thought he was real serious and persnickety, but that image shattered pretty quick once I noticed him chatting up every girl in the monastery. Hilda's the only daughter of Duke Goneril. Seems like she had a pretty cushy life growing up, which means she's gotten into the habit of slacking off and making other people do things for her. He's a pretty friendly guy, though it'd be nice if he talked about something other than muscles. He comes from a merchant family, but his parents died in an accident. He's had it pretty rough. Don't ever treat her like a child. I made that mistake earlier, and she nearly took my head off. I'm the youngest out of this year's students, so I don't get what the big deal is. Just another pampered noble, I guess. Ignatz likes the great outdoors. Definitely more than the rest of us, anyway. He's the second son of a merchant family, but says he wants to be a knight. He doesn't really seem suited for it, though. Maybe his parents are making him do it.
Marianne!
Marianne? She's Margrave Edmund's daughter, but that's all I know about her. She doesn't interact with the other students at all. I'll admit, she intrigues me. Leonie wants to be a mercenary. I bet you two would have lots to talk about. You're both pretty frank, too. I just hope you're not as obsessed with saving money as she is. Let's see.
I could. No, I don't think so. I think we'll just yeah, we'll accept Dimitri.
You have my thanks. Speaking of which,
Dimitri head seems a little more to the west.
Thanks.
I checked that right, but I couldn't tell where the woods I actually was. I'm glad to get service. I hope you are able to reach your destination this time.
by the way,
You stay in Stars, yes? I hope you'll take the opportunity to converse with the others here. I just sprung the idea on you, so suddenly you'll likely find yourself at a loss to whom you ought to speak to.
how about this?
I'm more happy to give you an introduction to any blind house student.
Your interest flatters me, but I'm afraid I find myself unsure of where to begin. Perhaps I'll have thought of a topic when next we speak. But you're leaving for that village soon, aren't you? Dedu hails from the land of Dusker. Perhaps you've heard of it. He tends to keep to himself. But he possesses one of the kindest hearts of anyone I know. I'm proud to call him my vassal. Speak to him, and you'll see why. Felix is the son of Duke Fraldarius. He has a sharp wit and even sharper tongue. But he's a good person at his core. I can attest to that. He has always admired strength above all else in a fighter. I imagine the two of you will make fast friends. I only first met her here at the academy. She seems a gentle soul with great inner strength. From what I understand, she has traveled far and wide throughout both the Empire and the Kingdom. Perhaps that explains her demeanor. In the far south of Fargus lies a manor by the name of Castle Gaspar. Ash is the adopted son of that castle's lord, Lenato. He's an honest boy, well deserving of our trust. I'd like to get to know him better someday, should the opportunity arise. Annette is the hardest worker in the entirety of the Blue Lion House. She is truly brilliant. I could stand to learn from her single-minded devotion, if only a little. Sylvain is the son of Margrave Gautier. You may have already noticed, but
He's something of a woman, the womanizer. That may be putting it lightly, in fact.
But despite his apparent indifference, he possesses great cunning and is quicker on his feet than anyone else here. I've known him long, so I'm well aware. Ingrid is the daughter of Count Galatea, and she is far more gallant than your run-of-the-mill knight. She has ever been straight-laced and diligent, even when we were but children. It is not an uncommon sight to find her scolding Sylvain for his indiscretions.
Yep.
A moment of your time.
Eloise? Where'd you go? Oh. So the house leaders yet? You're leaving, but I won't do. I shall back at ask something. Will you hear me out?
My sincere apologies for asking this of you. I know you're heading for Ramire Village in order to find Gerald's mercenaries, but, well, perhaps you might consider changing your mind and accompanying us to Garrigmach Monastery instead.
And why would I do that exactly?
Because you've done us a great service and we don't have the means in camp to properly reward you. At the monastery, however, we can repay your kindness in full. Also, between you and me, this evening's turn of events was quite the embarrassment for the church. We allowed students of the Officers' Academy out of our sight, and house leaders of great political consequence at that. And then they crossed swords with bandits. If word got out, well, let's just say it would sit poorly with everyone. So you see why we must ensure you are well compensated. Also, there may be some papers for you to sign.
This sounds more
That's in blood.
like money than a reward.
Yes, that's exactly what I told the fool knight who suggested it. Me, I just as soon send you on your way, but I fear I'm obligated to escort you back. Anyway, the whole thing will be much easier if you simply agree to come along.
Just a formality.
I think that was a threat. And here I thought he was a big softie. Well, what do you think? Garrigmach is in the opposite direction of where we need to be. But this man seems rather set on having us accompany them.
You make a poor case, Eloise, but I can see where this is heading. I'll come with you to the monastery. but I'm not staying a single minute longer than I have to.
Bless you, my friend. What a noble soul you are. I'd say you saved my bacon, but that would be utterly hammy.
Oh, come on, Eloise.
Has anyone ever told you that you're...
Don't. Some truths are so painful to bear. While I'm no expert, I fear the poor man's heart couldn't handle the shock.
Told me what?
Told you how dashing you are in that armor. Not just any man can pull off that look.
Ah, you like it? Wonderful. I admit I've received no small share of positive comments on it.
That's what they wanted, something else.
Grand story behind every last ding and dent.
We heard you'll be joining us at Garrick Mock. Perhaps somewhat unwillingly, I might add. I know this wasn't in your plans, but if it lets us get to know each other better, perhaps it will prove worth it in the end.
Unwilling or not, we've got a long road ahead, so let's try to keep the mood light.
I hesitate to ask this considering you're only here because of us. But, well, are you sure about this decision? The last thing we want is to delay you from your own business. The knights may seem unwilling to bend, but it's not as if you have no say in the matter.
Actually, I see this as just another chance to better myself.
You are more gracious than I. But, as I see you've made peace with it, I will leave the matter be.
Yes, that's quite enough chatter. Let's save our energy for the road. To the monastery!
Listen, I know this one's on me. I'm the one who roped you into coming back to camp after all. But I'll find a way to make it up to you, I promise.
Thanks, Claude. I know you will.
Hey! Hurry up back there or we'll leave you behind!
You know you've had a busy day when you rub shoulders with the heirs to the Empire, the Kingdom, and the Alliance. I think they're a fascinating group of people myself, but what do you make of them?
It feels like Dimitri's always checking in on me every chance he gets. He'll definitely make a good king. The kind who looks after his people. Seems like Edelgard thinks high enough of me. She's got this elegant air about her, but somehow doesn't hold any disdain for mercenaries. Claude's a laid-back kind of guy who doesn't really strike me as noble, and I mean that in a good way. Something tells me he's gonna be easy to work with.
Of course you only pick up on their rosy qualities. You really are a delight. Have I told you that lately? Still, you better pick up the pace before you vex these people any further.